All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, everyone, to another Go Commentary Cast. And I got an exciting episode for you guys today because this is a viewer submitted match, but it's not a match of their own. It's a match of a professional game that had happened back in the year 2002. So this is just almost 2 decades ago. And so I'm super excited. The last time we watched a match that was several decades ago was Lee Sedol's match in, I think, 2003 or 2004. So this is just a couple years prior to Lee Sedol's professional match. And this, I heard, was an amazing matchup. Shout outs to all of you guys in Latin America playing the game of Go. I know you guys are very active on the Instagram community. So shout outs to all of you guys because one of your viewers, one of you guys, Duba, I'm going to shout out your name, Duba, has sent me this, and he comes from, I believe, I actually don't really know, but I believe he comes from the land of Latin America, or just in that general vicinity, because he sent me this game, and I heard from him it was an amazing game. So we're gonna get started. And so the two players that we have today is Fernando Aguilar. My Spanish and my Latin pronunciation might be a little off. So Fernando Aguilar, playing in the Blackstones, and he is a 7-dan amateur, and he's up against Kagen, Japanese player, who is a 9-dan professional. So this isn't an amateur game against a professional. Both of them are dan level players, but again, the caliber or the level of which you can pretty much equate them to is as so. So a 6-dan and above amateur ranking Go player is pretty much equivalent to that of a 1 or 2-dan professional player. So if you're level 6 and above in the amateur rank, you're pretty much on par with the ability of that of a 1 to 2-dan professional player. So this is a 7-dan amateur player playing up against a 9-dan professional. So the skill level is just phenomenally high at this point. And you know, this is going to be an amazing match to watch. So let's just get started. So right now we have Fernando taking the top right-hand corner as well as the bottom right-hand corner, starting off on the 4-4 position. And what we see right now in Fernando is that he's going to go in for a 3-3 invasion, following a pretty much a knight's move away, with a stone away, pretty much peeking move, not a peeking move, but an irritation type of move for the opponent. And so, you know, Kagen, being a 9-dan professional, you know, used a typical Joseki pattern, where, you know, he took the, I believe this is the 4-4 position, 4-4 position as well, did a knight's move away, and is now deciding to go in for a 3-3 invasion. And so what we have right now is, you know, Kagen saying that, I see you're invading my top left-hand corner. Fine, we can trade. We're going to trade. You take my top left-hand corner. I'm going to take your top right-hand corner, using this formation right here, this L-shaped formation. Or the 7-shaped formation. I don't know what formation you want to call that, but it is a formation nonetheless. And he's like, you know what? Take that. I'm going to take my top right-hand corner. You have somewhat of an influence, but be careful. I might be able to box you in. So be careful on that. But right here, we do see Fernando is going to start, you know, approaching Yo's area on the bottom left-hand corner. And, you know, this is a corner that, you know, is still in the making. The opening moves is not a specific, you know, stake in the ground right away until you have a couple more pieces. But because there's so few pieces on the board during the opening phases of the map, it's easy to switch, pretty much switch the influence on the opposing player. So what we're seeing right now is pretty much Fernando doing a very, not aggressive movement, I would say, but a very sporadic, very fast movement all over the map. You can see Fernando's just bouncing around everywhere, and he's going more than 1 stone away. He's going about 2, 3, or even 4 stones away at some point. And you can see he's just bouncing everywhere. And I don't think Yokai again knows how to handle this, because from what I've been told from the community, generally Japanese professional players are very methodical in their approach to playing the game of Go. They don't ever usually play against anything super out of the ordinary. Now, granted, because you are a professional player, chances are you are more acclimated to adapting towards wild plays. But that's what I've heard, and this is all the way back in 2002. So the evolution of how each culture is playing might have changed over the past 2 decades. But in this map, for instance, the way that Fernando is playing is very sporadic, very wild, and something that's super out of the norm from what we have saw in the last 2 decades or so. And so, at least that's in my opinion. At least with the games that I'm currently playing, we generally don't play super sporadically, but that's at a Q level, right? So guys, give me some slack. But if you guys have a better description on Fernando's playstyle, please let me know. But with Yokai, again, he is very methodical. He's following the same Joseki patterns, very safe, very methodical movements. He is going to start extending out towards the center of the map, because he can see that Fernando does have a good shape right here. These 2 stones creating that table trapezoidal shape is somewhat of a good shape, and we can see Fernando building a very good influence in the center of the map. So he is starting to gain a lot of influence in the center of the map. He's pushing Yo towards the edge of the right-hand side and the left-hand side for now. And so if Fernando is able to keep on this pressure, really pushing Yo out of his comfort zone, out of his typical playstyle, that might be the breaking factor to beat a professional Go player. And so I think that's what's going on right now. And you can see people generally don't ever play on the second line this early in the round. And especially with Yo, who has such a strong influence right here, playing on the second line is kind of like suicide. But there might be a theory to this madness. Maybe Fernando is trying to build this wall off right here, trying to protect. But again, Fernando coming in this general vicinity is going to allow Yo to give a cut and potentially capture this secondary stone right down here. But I did not see this because I was playing so close to that symbol. Fernando might block up, but he was threatening Yo with an Atari move, so that's why Yo had to pretty much connect his stones right here. And this is actually a very good move on Fernando, because he's forcing Yo to not develop his secondary eye. Right now, we can see a potential first eye forming right here, but this secondary eye just having some forcing moves, and now you have a bamboos joint right here, forcing that the secondary eye will not be able to form just as easily, or as easily as it could be. And so Fernando's now going to place a lot of other pressure right here on this northernmost group, and he's going to go for the complete disconnect between these 2 groups down here, which might pose a very strong strategy. This might be an incredibly good strategy, because there is a single stone, and like I said, yes, Yo did play on the S12 position, creating some tension with this stone right here. And so the question is, what is Fernando's response? And Fernando's response is, you know what, that stone's already lost, go ahead, take it. I'm still going to surround you, you're going to capture, and then I'm probably going to connect the next move. So most likely we're going to see Fernando connecting here, because that is also another disconnection move, and you don't want your opponent to start building up this way and start threatening your northernmost group right here. So having a nice solid fortification right here is going to defend those 5 stones together fairly well. There aren't that many cutting points. The only other cutting point is right here, but that is the opening of a tiger's mouth. Maybe Yo might go in for a peeping move, but that's not necessarily the case. And so what Yo is trying to do right now is trying to surround these 3 stones right here. There is a disconnection move right there, and that is a very powerful move. But before he can play that, he has to play a stone away to pretty much cap off these 3 stones' escape. Again, if he played right here initially, then all Fernando has to do is play right here, and then he's going to be at pretty much, he's gonna be 1 step behind from capturing Fernando's 3 stones over here. And what we can see right here is now with this move, he's going to use that move for later, but he is going to start trying to creating a base. He's going to start creating a base over here, trying to reduce the amount of territory that Fernando currently owns. Because right now, this whole bottom group is land of Fernando. So this is Fernando's land. And so in order to limit the amount of territory Fernando has, what Yo is going to have to do is going to have to play an interception move, disconnecting these groups of stones right here from each other and potentially extend downwards, creating a solid wall to completely disconnect these groups from each other right here. And so this is the problem with Fernando's style in the perspective of Yo. What we can see right here is Yo has a lot of groups scattered everywhere, due to the fact that Fernando played very sporadically in the very beginning of the game. But you can see Fernando's groups are actually very strong individually by themselves. Yes, it could be still a potential to capture, but in essence, they're very in close proximity with each other. They're only a couple stones away now from each other, and you can see they're actually very, very strong. Versus Yo's stone, a lot of them are clumped up in this region right here, but there are a lot of straggling stones elsewhere. Yes, these stones are now connected, so it might be a little beneficial, but you do have a couple stones that are just in the middle of nowhere that could potentially be, how do I put it? Put in a position where they could be caught off guard, so to speak. And so what we're seeing right here is a surrounding starting to form from Yo's group, and it wouldn't surprise me if there is going to be a disconnection stone right here on that P7 position, trying to connect the white groups together and really disconnect these black groups right here from the rest of the map. And so what we can see right now is Yo is going to be doing 2 moves away, trying to extend his influence into the middle map and potentially connecting the groups with each other and creating a quadrant sectioning off. And what we can see right here is that's exactly what he's trying to do. He is trying to connect these stones right here to build that central wall fortification. And you know what, Fernando's like, you know what, you could try to do that. I'm also gonna be doing the same thing. You can have that curved wall if you want. I'm gonna go straight up. Because I know that you're going to take this whole territory right here potentially, but I already have a strong wall right here, and I'm going to build a stronger wall right here and putting pressure on your groups of spread out stones right there. And so you do you. I know I have a strong fortification over there, and I'm going to do me, and I'm going to keep pressuring you, and so that I'm always going to have that momentum. I'm always going to be on the offense, because the greatest defense is generally a great offense, and vice versa, the greatest offense is generally a good defense. And so that's what we're seeing right now. And I'm just telling you guys, these players, I mean, if I was playing against Fernando right now, I'll be totally caught off guard. His playstyle is, there are some, common Joseki pattern, but you can tell just from the playstyle alone, the priority of each player. Right now, Kagen's priority is in the defensive round. I'm going to play very safe, I'm very territorial, and I'm going to claim these positions. Versus Fernando, I'm going to go balls out and just go. I'm just going to go. I'm going to play something that's so out of your general experience that you're going to be asking yourself, what are you going to do? And so I mean, we're just seeing a fantastic match like this, and we can see that Fernando is going to try to save the group of 3 stones right here. He's going to try to potentially disconnect Yo's white stones from each other, but right now, you can see that Yo is essentially adapting to Fernando's style. He is playing very sporadically in essence of, being very spread out. There is a lot of logic behind his moves, mind me, because I'm trying to think of what Yo is trying to do right now. So I'm really trying to tell myself, hey, Yo has a plan right here. He's not just, responding on everything. But anyways, but Yo does have a plan, and he is building a nice, pretty much reinforcing barrier. This is a very good stone right there for that reinforcing move. But we do see now Yo is trying to block off or corner Fernando into this top left-hand corner. And so right now, if we just take a look at the map, let's just take a territorial count. Okay, and this is something, if you guys are new to the channel, this is something that I always like to do to practice, at least when playing on online game. I generally don't like to click on estimating scores during a match or creating a separate board to play styles, just because it trains me to really force myself to think and grow on the spot and really learn to adapt as if we were playing in person. And so what's happening right here is Fernando has this whole entire territory. Pretty much that is Fernando's territory. Yo's territory is probably right here. Maybe a little bit on the top right here. Fernando has this little corner right here. And then this a little bit of bottom. And then this bit of position right here for Yo's. Potentially the central point right there. And so if we take a look at the territorial count, at least the defined territorial count, and this is a little bit Fernando's right here. Yeah, we can say that's Fernando's. He does have a strong fortification, but depending on how Yo plays, Yo actually might take this. So this is still up in question. I don't know whose territory that is right off the bat, just because Yo just played a move right there that could define whose territory that is. But anyways, let's just take a count right now. So disregarding this little area, let's take a count. It looks like just base eyeballing on the map right now, we can see that Fernando has a huge territory on the bottom right-hand corner, but Yo in return has multiple large sections on the left-hand side as well as the northernmost, versus Fernando's other territories are extremely small. So I would actually be in favor, vote in favor that Yo is currently ahead in this game. He's currently ahead, and he's in the lead. And also, he does have an additional 5.5 Komi. Now, the rules over the years have changed because we can't really define how advantageous it is to go first in the game of Go. But for the time back in 2002, I assume that 5.5 was the standard during that time. It could have changed. It could have been just a difference in rules that round, or it could have changed over the last couple decades. But 5.5 is where it's at. And so we can see that Yo is in a very good spot. And what is going on right here, we can see that if you guys look right now, Yo is slowly building a wall, extending out into the middle. But not only that, he's putting a lot of pressure on those groups of stones. And like I said before, these stones right here, even though they're super out of the way, with professional plays, they're not put there for nothing. There is a meaning behind the placement of every single stone. And that is something that us Q players have such a hard time with, especially us double Q players. We just place stones because we're trying to attack. We don't see the value in efficiency when placing stones down. And so that's something that I'm learning quite heavily when watching these professional games, is that they have a reason for placing those stones down. And so what we see right here is Fernando, knowing that his group up here might be in trouble, he's going to start breaking through Yo's territory, reducing the amount of influence that Yo has, and potentially taking over this whole map. And you can see the middle is so sporadic. The middle is absolutely sporadic right now, and it's really hard to tell who has what in the center, because they are not heavily in direct conflict. They are like one stone away, maybe. They're showing, they're not, what was that word called, they're displaying threat, but they haven't gone in for the fight just yet. And so right here now, speaking of fights, now Fernando is engaging the fight right here with the threat of capturing this stone right here, doing a double attachment move. But we do see Yo Kagen going down and cutting through, slicing through Fernando's group right here and right here. And so if Fernando leaves that unchecked, it might pose an issue later on. And we can see now Fernando is in trouble because there is a double peek move. Either he covers up the center position right here, protecting the extension of the barrier, or he protects the disconnect that could potentially happen. There's also the threat of the Atari right there. But we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen because it looks like Kagen is going to leave those positions open, but he is going to try to connect with the rest of his stones and wall off Fernando's northern leftmost units from everybody else. So, oh my gosh. And he's going to try to go in for a block and a double peeping move. And this is the problem with a tiger's mouth, is that if you're not careful, you could play into a peeping position. So Kagen can easily peep into here, but Fernando's like, you know what? That's a weak move. I think the stronger move is to start building a stronger wall. And I'm going to keep building the wall all the way up because right now you're going to try everything you can to try to block me off somehow. But at the end of the day, this group has 0 eyes. There is no eyes for this group. And so I'm going to just play normally and I'm going to capture those 5 stones. And I think that is what's in Fernando's mind. And right now, this group is connected with this group because it is 1 step away. They can attach any other time. But what Fernando is trying to do is wall off this group right here. And now there is a triple peeping move. But this is a bad move because this box shape right here is a wonderful net. It doesn't matter which direction Kagen goes. If he goes down, cut. If he goes to the right, cut. It's a blocked off move. So this whole group right here is eventually going to die. And there's going to be a cut right there. So Fernando is most likely going to cut off Kagen's extension to the center by playing on the H10 move. But he decides not to, for the reason that he is going to try to net the top hand corner right here. Now, why would that be? Why would you do this? Maybe if he plays here, Kagen can go in for the double Atari. Maybe that's the reason why, because he can capture this or this stone. So maybe, just maybe, that is the reason why. And so Fernando's like, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce even more of your liberties right here on these 5 stones so that I may potentially play this move later down the road. And so, oh my gosh, and he's going in for the peeping move. He's going to try to disconnect these stones from each other. Oh my gosh. So right now, Fernando is heavily adding a lot of pressure on the inner wall as well as the outer wall of Kagen's just structure. And, you know, he's already has a great escape route right here going towards the center of the map or the bottom portion of the map. And, you know, it's oh, man. Maybe Kagen, I don't know if that's a good move. I mean, he's going to go in for the connect, and then you're going to capture, but he's going to extend up. And then these 2 groups of 2 stones will be at severe risk. I honestly think Fernando is going to go up. And that's going to cause a peeping move right here from to respond in kind. I think this stone is going to play a huge role later on in capturing these 4 stones over here. But hold the phone. We got Fernando just tanuking out. He's like, you know what? You play over there. I know what that's going on. I'm going to play over here. I'm going to tanuki out and claim even more territory. And so this game, what we can see right now, Fernando is extremely aggressive. He is reducing so many eye potential from Kagen. I mean, Kagen cannot develop any eyes at this moment in time. It would not surprise me to see Fernando playing right here to reduce the eye formation of this group with this group. If Fernando plays on that, what is it, N16 position, this eye that could have been formed will disappear, and Kagen will have to develop an eye somewhere in that vicinity to save the overall group. But we'll see what happens. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we'll see. And it would also not surprise me if Fernando does play right here on the M13 to net these 3 stones right here to block off the extension of those 3 stones. So this move as well as this move might be a potential strong point for Fernando for capturing the overall top right hand corner. But what now? We do have a a defensive position right here, squeezing Kagen into this little tiny little bit of territory right here that's only about 5 points long. And you know, with that, Fernando's like, yep, I got this points. This is land of Fernando. That is my points. But I'm going to keep extending out and keep playing and potentially play right here to limit the liberties. What is going on? And Kaigen's not going to fall for that. Kaigen's too good for that. He's not going to fall for that. He's definitely going to be like, you know what? I'm going to play right here to prevent any shenanigans coming here. But Fernando's like, you know what? You are focused right here. I'm going to Tanuki out and play right here, squeezing your extension down and limiting the amount of points that you are going to gain. So... And so now we have a double Atari threat right here. And most likely, Kaigen is going to play at the T6 position with a double Tiger's Mouth move. But that might be a move that is too modern. Remember, this game is back in 2002. And majority of the time, professional players will connect one position over the other. And so I wonder what would happen if Kaigen played at the T6 position. I know that it's an extremely modern move as of recently, and I think AlphaGo was one that kind of coined that standard nowadays in today's game. And so what we see right now is Fernando is just Tanuki. Look at that. Didn't I say this? Guys, didn't I just say this? Didn't I say the N16 move? It would not surprise me if Fernando played the N16 move. And the reason why is he's going to prevent the formation of that extra eye. There we go. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that move. And so now here's the problem. Here's the issue. Because Fernando played there, he gave up Sente. So now Kaigen has Sente now, and he's going to start moving and going to start gaining influence in the center. You can see the solid line cutting straight down the board. And it is a very formidable line, but with the formidable line, there's always weak points. Like I said, in order to even gain that much influence, he has to have some breaks in between, some cuts, and that could pose a weakness in the chain. And so what we see right here is Fernando saying, you know what, focus in the middle, but a strong middle without any supporting walls on either side is going to be a weak middle because there's no eye. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a wall myself, going straight down, and I'm going to capture whatever I can on these two sides of the wall. You can build the wall. Go ahead, build the wall. I already have a strong group right here. And that's essentially, I believe, what Fernando's thinking in his head. And now he's going in for the kill. No two eyes are going to form, Fernando says. You can try to connect right here. You're not going to be able to connect. Fernando's going to play down here. There's nothing you can do. I'm sorry. You are done for, good sir. And so now Fernando plays an extension right here, threatening to peep and disconnect these two groups of stones. And like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if he plays right here a netting move on these three stones, potentially even extending downwards or something. I mean, this is such a wonderful excavation of just keeping your opponents on your toes. This game is so, like, I wouldn't know what to do in Kaigen. I mean, Fernando is like a freaking ping pong ball. He's going from one end of the board to the other end of the board to the other end of the board to the other end of the board, and he's not playing standard. I don't know how to look at this. He's trying to cap off. He's gonna try to cap off, and he's gonna force the move right here, and then so you know. You should have played the netting move, but that might not be an issue. But there is a potential for a double Atari, and then see, look at this. Fernando's like, no, go ahead, do that a double Atari. If you take that, I'm just gonna take this whole bottom corner. Go ahead, I got you. You can play all you want. I don't care. You can try to get that. Who knows? You might be able to get it, but you know what? I'm just gonna Tanuki out, and I'm gonna play elsewhere. I'm gonna keep putting pressure, threatening on your stone. And guys, this is a game not only of mental reading but mental stamina. And Fernando is doing an amazing job splitting up Kaigen's attention into multiple facets of the board. he's draining Kagen's ability to read. He's just incurring a lot of stamina drain, and so Kagen's finally connecting the two groups right here. So it would not surprise me if Fernando decides to start blocking off the positions right here. Now he connected the double Atari threat right there, or just the Atari threat right there, and so he's probably gonna block right here. I have a feeling he will block. There will be an extension. He will probably block that off too. And he's gonna Kagen has to connect. There's no way that he can build two eyes right there. Kagen is forced to connect. Most likely Fernando is probably going to block him off and try to cut him off from these two groups of stones and those two groups of stones. But nope, he's going to be like, nope, I'm going to build more influence right here. I'm gonna push left or right. You don't know where I'm going to go. I could go left, I could go right, I could go left, right. And so he's like, you know what? Make your decision. Whatever way you go, I'm going to go the opposite way. And there's nothing you can do about it. And then so Kagen's like, you know what? I've had enough of this shenanigans. I'm going to Tanuki out and not respond to this move right here. I'm going to start putting pressure on this group. And Fernando's like, you know what? Try it. I have a very strong fortification right now. Most likely, Fernando's going to play right here. Right here. The reason why not playing right here is because he could be a potential at being captured right here. So that would not be a smart move. You need to open up some more liberties because you only have 3 liberties for that group. And so what's happening right now is most likely Fernando will play right here, threatening this stone in Atari, and potentially capturing that stone. Or there. Yeah, you could go there too. So there will be that group essentially has lived, has survived at this point in time. And what we're going to see is a capture right here. From Fernando, capturing this stone, because these groups of 3 stones is in trouble, and if you don't want this group to formulate 2 eyes, you better capture that stone. Most likely what we're going to see Kagen do is potentially build a block right here, forcing Fernando to go out 1. He's going to probably go down 1, forcing Fernando to connect, and then connect right here to capture the overall pieces. That is a common Tsuji problem. If Kagen can do that, that would be amazing. But most likely Fernando's not going to fall for it because he's most likely going to connect. I honestly think forcing that move would have been better, because now you're going to force Fernando to go out, but ooh, that's a bad move. Ooh, that's a bad move. Oh my gosh, Fernando. Oh, you're gonna lose this whole group up here. That might be better in the long run. I don't know, but this group is dead. If Kagen just plays right here in this position right here, just plays right here, there's nothing that Fernando can do to defend this group. Oh geez. This is a tough situation for Fernando. Fernando has to connect somehow right now to defend this group. Yeah, you could create a bamboos joint. Yeah, sure. Oh man, Fernando. Oh. I mean, yeah, this will gain, okay, fine. This will gain Kagen an additional 5 points, maybe. Just an additional 5 points. So maybe Kagen sees that as like, you know what, it's not big enough. I gotta Tanuki elsewhere to try to gain more territory. But right now, if we're taking a territorial count, just as of right now, Fernando has 1, 2. Let's see, he has this position right here. He does have this. For now, he has this whole center. He has all of these groups right here. And then Kagen is right here. Let's see. That's it. And maybe right here. And maybe a little bit of the center. But it looks like Fernando miraculously is now ahead. I mean, I'm looking at the territorial count. It honestly looks like Fernando might be ahead in territory. That is actually an amazing turnaround. That's actually really, really great, because Fernando does control this whole top portion right here. Oops, sorry guys. Fernando does have that whole entire top position, and right now Fernando is extending outwards, gonna threaten to cut through this bamboo joint and potentially capture these groups of stones right here. Oh my gosh, this stone is essentially dead. I don't think there's any way that Fernando can protect that one stone. But it wouldn't surprise me if Fernando's gonna go in for the kill right here. Oh my gosh, this game. Yeah, you're gonna have to connect. There's nothing you can do. But what Fernando can do is extend downwards, right? Right? No. Guys, this is what I mean. It's just a mind-boggling, just back and forth. I can't even keep track of what's going on. Right now, Fernando's seeking to capture this group right here, this group right here, this group right here, as well as, let's see, where was the other group? Like this group right here, and this group right here. I mean, these are groups that are currently under threat right now based on Fernando's playstyle. But in return, you know, Kagen's also threatening those similar groups as well. And also these groups up here, this group right here, this group right here. I mean, there's so many threats that's going on the board, and depending on who plays first and who can read further, oh man, this game this game, that's all I'm gonna say. This game, and we see right here that Kagen's gonna come in and he's gonna try to cut off these 3 stones, but there's not gonna be a cutoff. There's gonna be a connection point here. Kagen can come here, or Fernando can come here, and reconnect these positioning. And this, oh my gosh, this game. Oh, this game is amazing. And you can see right here, Kagen with the 2 stone is gonna try to make something right here, threatening this group of stones as well as this group of stones. Oh my gosh. Oh, the IQ plays, and now Kagen has successfully developed one eye for this overall group. This group is essentially no longer going to die off, and you can see Kagen is going in for the kill. He's going to try to capture these stones right here, and you know, Kagen can do a block off move right there potentially, but I don't know. Oh my gosh. I'm at a loss for words, because this game, a 2002 game, but the strategies are just so cool. I love Fernando's playstyle right now, and it looks like Fernando is in the lead. This is going to be a very close match. This, my friends, this is going to be an extremely close match. I believe they're going to play until the very end, until both player passes and points are now counted. I have a feeling that this is going to be a very, very tight match, and so I cannot wait to see it. Look at that! Kagen goes in for the kill. That group is now dead. There's nothing Fernando can do. He's lost that group. If only he connected earlier, that could have saved him. That could have saved this overall group. But then again, that's 5 points. Do you want to sacrifice 5 points versus the influence of the map? That's the risk that you're gonna have to take. And oh my gosh. So anyways, as the players are bouncing around and I'm trying to figure out what's going on in this game, I'm just gonna tell you guys, the Discord is still being developed. I have a vision for the Discord, hence why it is taking much longer than what a typical Discord server would be doing. I do have a vision. I do have a way that I want to run this Discord, and I've already said it in the past videos, but the way I really do want to run our future Discord family is a community of just helping each other. I cannot tell you enough how you know, amazing our community is. I've had such, I can't even put it into words. I would not be the person I am today without the help of other people, and that's the kind of the community I really want to build. into this new Discord channel. I want to build a community where we really help each other. For those of us who are really striving to improve in certain facets of our hobbies, our careers or whatnot, I do want to develop a community where people such as you who are more experienced than me in the game, like for instance the game of Go, people who are more experienced than me in the game of Go. I'm just starting out with the game, but I'm having such a huge influx of awesome players really giving me their 2 cents and their own life experience in the game of Go. And that's something that I want to extend out to the rest of the community, is that, I've received so much help from you guys, and I want you guys to also receive help from other people as well as myself. I will be inputting my own experience and expertise in certain other areas, but this is why I love doing what I do, and this is why I love our community, because it really is such an awesome community. And being a teacher, I want to instill that into the whole Discord. So I am taking a lot of thought. I'm putting in a lot of time and a lot of thought into developing how I envision this Discord channel to be. And it might not be a huge channel, or it might even be a great channel, but it will be a welcoming channel for all who are seeking to improve and get better at some facet of their career, goals, life, hobbies, etc., etc., etc. So there you go. That's my quick announcement. That's why the Discord hasn't been up yet, but that's just a quick announcement. So anyways, back to the game, because what we're having right here is now both players are filling out the rest of the map. And you guys know, usually towards the end of the game, it kind of gets a little dull, because now we're just taking neutral points. We're trying to protect our eye, and honestly, I think potentially playing right here might help. No, I don't think it will help at all. Never mind. Yeah, no, this group overall right here has already survived. These 3 stones aren't going to do anything. Once Fernando plays right here, this is a solid eye, and that's a solid eye. So Fernando has found a way to survive in this little corner right here. There's nothing that Kagen can do to cut it off. This is a bamboo's joint, and so no matter where he plays, Fernando's going to play on the opposite end and potentially cut off Kagen, or pretty much connect his 2 groups. So that group is already solid, and so we're just seeing the end of the game, where all the neutral positions are going to be taken. There will be neutral positions taken right here. There's a neutral position right here, as well as right here. These 3 right here, as well as these 2 right here. So there's a lot of neutral positions, and so I like I said, for this game, every single point counts. And there's also a neutral position right here. Every single point counts right now, and so I feel like this game is gonna go on until majority of the neutral position is taken, and then the game ends. And so again, Fernando is a 6 or 7 Dan amateur player versus Kagen, who is a 9 Dan professional. And if you guys haven't seen other cultures playing the game of Go, Latin America, European culture, Korean culture, Chinese, as well as the Japanese, they all have their own playstyle. And I don't know if you guys noticed that yet, but they all each have their own playstyle. And it's amazing to see when you have these specific playstyles go up against each other. And you can see that, the adaptability, the awesomeness that's going on in their brain. They're the 5,000 IQs that are running, the strategies that are formulating. It's just an amazing event to witness. And so if you guys ever get a chance to watch other games, by all means, take a look at it, because you'll see a difference in playstyle. And if you guys want me to cast more games, hint, please send me some more games that are as fun as this. I mean, we're watching a Latin American player play against a Japanese, and you can see the 2 styles clashing with each other, and it's so amazing. I mean, just look at this game. This game is just amazing. And so If you guys have an awesome game that you guys would love me to commentate on or cast, please send me a link down below. If you guys have a game that you guys would like me to commentate on your games, please also list the SGF file down below, or the OGS file, or whatever file that where I can find it, the video link or whatever, where I can find the files at, and so I can cast the games. But I have a couple games already lined up, so thank you guys, the viewers, Duba, Weiger, Mom, Suda, and everyone. I know there's more of you guys, and also thank you to the new subscribers. I do get notification for the new subs, so guys, I just want to shout out, welcome to the family, and we're hoping to build more Go commentating cast, and I will be extending into a backgammon cast fairly soon. So I will be finishing up the Sam Melbourne very soon. It's been a while since I've casted a backgammon game, so I'm really excited to go back in to cast a game of backgammon. So be on the lookout for that backgammon game. But we are in the final stages. Right now, there's nothing that Yo Kagen can really do. Fernando can play right here. Like I said, it's just filling out the neutral position. He's probably gonna extend, cut, and there you go, right? And so, yeah, see, neutral positions right here. And so we'll see what happens, but I believe this is the end of the game. There's a couple more moves left from what I'm seeing. There might be a couple more moves left. But right now, if I'm just eyeballing it right now, this is Yo Kagen's territory. Yo Kagen's, this is maybe Yo Kagen's. Yo Kagen's one space right there. Yo Kagen's and Yo Kagen's. Fernando is this one position right here. This one position right here. This humongous position right here. This position right here. This whole position up here. Oh, Yo Kagen also has that, by the way. This whole position right here, and I believe that is game, set, and match. So let's just take a count right now to see who has won. It looks like, if I'm basing it off the circles that I'm drawing, if it's based off the circles I'm drawing, it honestly looks like Fernando won heavily, because he does dominate this whole top corner right here. He did dominate that whole area, as well as this whole area down here, and this huge area right here. Those are heavily dominated areas. And you know, Yo Kagen doesn't have this area right here, just for the fact that Fernando's group is alive, because there is 2 eyes, and you know, it's not going to count towards any territorial point. And these are all neutral points. Maybe Yo Kagen has 1 point here, maybe, unless wait, did Yo Kagen lose this whole entire group right here? Holy, whoa, Yo Kagen lost his whole group right here. There's no 2 eyes. No. This stone is under Atari. Never mind. Okay, that group survives, but it's not going to be considered all of his yet, because he didn't kill Fernando's group. So it looks like Fernando might be ahead by like a point. I'm just basing it off of what I'm drawing. So let's take a look, because both players have ended already. Let's take a look at the estimated score. Who won this match? And guys, just letting you know, here, I'm actually gonna show it to you guys. Here, watch. I'm gonna show it to you guys, just letting you know that Fernando, the Latin American player, has won by 2.6 points. 2.6 points based on the estimated score value. Fernando has completely won this match by just a point. Just a point. Look at how amazing 1 point, a 1 point difference can make. And this is what I mean. Fernando, oh my, I got goosebumps, guys. I got goosebumps. Fernando, a 7-dan amateur player, has beaten Yo Kagen, a 9-dan professional. And this, amazing games. Duba, thank you so much for sharing this game with me. I honestly didn't know this game existed until you actually told me about it. And oh my gosh, the back and forth of Fernando's plays, guys. If you guys are experiencing this game, please tell me what was your guys' thoughts on each player's play style. What was their style of play? And so not the key move, but the style of play. Expand that for me, because that's what I feel. But I think there might be more to their play style that I'm not seeing. So please help me out. Comment down below in the YouTube channel and tell me what you believe their play style was. But this was a phenomenal game. So anyways, thank you guys so much for staying tuned to the very end and watching this amazing games. Thank you guys for also commenting in the YouTube video, as well as sharing the video. So if you guys really do love my content and really do love this channel, please help me out. We are still growing. Every day we're growing, and I just love you guys. Every day we are growing, and we're gonna make Go we're gonna beat chess. That's my goal for Go. We're gonna beat chess in popularity within the next 5 years. That's the whole point of this stream right here. This whole channel is I want to make Go as popular, if not more popular, than chess. Queen's Gambit, yeah. Goes where it's at. So guys, please help me out. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and share this video, comment below, and tell me what you guys thought. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you in the next Go commentary.